pixels on the TV screen, bounce colors and sounds for you and me. In an otherwise dark and quiet room, a cup of whiskey was a sedative. Tom a yellow shifted in the cushion, yes. Tom was a man on the brink after an accident in Clandale Heights. Today his superiors thought best for him. I think best that we've seen this song off the cusp, like what buttons at the end of a sleeve. Yo, now we gonna say this because we had time to. Time was good, it probably was. Lisa, the person who'd visit the office 1,000 times in a row, haunted his mind right now. This image was drawn as sketched as he's shown. This TV was shown, alarming news report. Apparently an eyewitness saw a girl brutally pummel an old lady over the head several times and pushed a semi-conscious woman in her trunk before speeding away. The report wasn't so detailed. The whiskey helped fill the probable gaps, dog. Tom fidgeted awkwardly. He didn't feel like himself at all. He laughed out loud for no reason at all. He stood up and walked on the glass off coffee that was green to ask him better himself. This is my fault, he finally surmised. He visibly thought, I've got to do something about this. So he put up his finger and thumb, his index one. He stopped to walk, and the idea that reached his stinky tentacles around his brain. Now that's what's up. In the basement vault, there's the information about who locked up. I need to find this bitch and get my job back. Ha ha then. The whiskey was good and nearly gone with this declaration of what needed to be done. He hurled the remaining sips, shattered in the fireplace that stacked. Each one them bricks, one for the road. Don't mind if I do, like he pulled one of them out. The road slipped off his shoulders to the ground. Too bad wasn't Hannah, huh? Cause then we could describe her song or add it in like I ad-lib what I wrote. Literary stuff. It was raining profusely as he exited the apartment. He ran as he hit this rain, but he hit the same amount, I think. He entered the car, beads fell off the rug, pelted and made dent-type stuff. Harvey Dent-type stuff, a star. Feeling that he got was a start. Yes, feeling engulfed in him. He tried to dismiss, but he couldn't. He drove along the water, rolling around the speed wiper plates. The street lamps lit, show in patterns, bro. It was a strange pride for finally getting along with God. In this forsaken place and pride of finally getting through to someone. He smiled, the disoriented one. In the Orient, he would see the smile a lot. Yes. Why do smiles go sideways? When a person works so hard with the helpless, an end result doesn't mean that much. To be justified in means. The street lights whipped and flash type things. Old films you'd see. V-shaped waves that sped and ripped them cliffs. The rear tires would start to skid as he started to spin along. He came closer now to Clandale Heights. The tree thin like an old man's hair. The trees thin as he did this like old man's hair did. He was genius. The building was creepy through the rain. The faint moon shone right in. He pulled into the parking lot in his parking spot. Exited the car, then closed the door. Cause somebody should, he wasn't born in a barn even though it's not a house. The task was a task that needed to be done. Harder upon, starting it off, getting into the fortress, then hitting a lucky snag. Now that's what's up. Smoothing along the outside face of buildings they do. He maneuvered through the door when the siren called and the nights just dawned. It was probably a grasshopper to him, and it most certainly was. As he rounded the back of the house, the moon disappeared for a while. He followed the sound to where it originated from. A window was open, yes, it was ajar. As he investigated as to whom the sound belonged, radio star with static sounds. He climbed in gracefully. He'd say hi, he thought, cause he's that type of a guy. Though he lumbered through and bruised himself for the morning. Yes. And the room was dark, not even a TV light. Luckily he had a lighter nearby. It was a Zippo type that would flip up like that He-Man and that Mega Man dog. A little glow is better than a kick in the ass or kick in the butt. We could scratch that last one off. Walking towards the light like a train's gonna come up and squash y'all a bunch. Then he gasped when the lighter fell to the ground. He gasped for the two of them in complete darkness now. Recounting the lighter, Tom noticed he wasn't alone. Is there anybody here? I work here and I'm just picking up the last check. He heard a voice in his head. Anybody else might have bleeped their pants, but Tom did. Yeah, I was on the right track. And the store that I thought was closed might open for a while. A bunch of dogs. Tom's heavy breathing was announcing the static now. Okay, grab your lighter up, he demanded himself, like Simon said, and that was his middle name or so. He did so triumphantly, getting past trembling legs that didn't want to cooperate. I think I want to do this, dog. It sparked and lit, and the man was gone, exchanged for manila envelope. Cold sweat stalked on his forehead whenever we go, and point to law, wherever I need is inside this envelope. I need some sleep. I never got your name. Chapter 4, as it would say. She asked, laying the night, carry his arm out the passenger window. My name's Charlie and I work at Clamdale Heights. His head turned like a dog's would. Talking to you. Not exactly, she was. I got fired from the show. I worked there like 3 days in a row. Those bleep hoes. She would say, well, I thought you were sexy, definitely. She would say, trying to be brazen, and I do. You're half right all the time. She smiled and continued, I didn't have to, but I did. Nobody has to do bleep. She said, big, I didn't realize I cursed so much when I put this in the print. Jesse was ready to press some more, she interrupted. Look here, I like you, Charlie. That's why we just shouldn't be so many questions. Not now, at least. She knew this wasn't gonna do. It had to be work for an hour or two. I lied for you back there, but I never lied in my life. Boom. She interjected, yeah, had before he could even get finished. His face was contorted, bit the beer one, and changed its complexion. She laughed, you're goofy. So where are we headed? So where are we headed? Beautiful, he said. She looked at him and sighed. Before we go further, I want to know if I'm gonna be safe with my life. She laughed at the same time, the exact awkward one that he started with. Like they were two lamps that were lit in the night for the shits that make piss. I love danger. Dangerous people just met. Charlie felt a rush of its mysteriousness. And then the things that were said were happy real quick. The things that were said done lift the list. I think I done struck some gold again. How does such a lovely girl go so long without talking? Small, white. Most of the time, you can just shut up like a game's going on. Bring me Tostitos or something. They veered off the road at the motel just outside of bustling Boston. The car's engine from ripping ticked down. It was still warm if you were to touch it. Just the hood. The rain had stopped to let the stars come out and they were bright as heck. That could have been with a couple of elves. Perhaps a closer sight would have been more true. The goddess released now from her jail. The goddess released now from her jail. Let out of her prison, all of the gods celestials washed, and they did it. I'll go get our key, he said then, like he was British. She didn't answer till he was gone and on his way to somewhere else. They're beautiful, she said out loud. Her voice was as beautiful as them, for sure. She felt so happy. She felt so happy beyond words, and when they come back around like a carousel, you can watch till they gone. Her bottom lip quivered with strength that she thought that she hid. And she did. She thought correct. She thought the fridge door was ajar. That's why the milk wasn't as cold as it should have been. The fridge wasn't breaking down. Maybe Nibbles was trying to get it. She hugged her trunk like she was an elephant. Her trunk with just herself, like she folded her arms like a coach, like her whistle's right here and it's about to go off. Boom. Charlie didn't think anything while they stood. It would have been wrong. Yes. Want to get in touch on nut just for this hug. After they seemed like an eternity, they went into the room. There was one bed, I'll let you sleep on it. Charlie was surprised to hear this and had no intention of arguing. Charlie was in love at this moment. I can't believe he didn't let her, though. Like, for real. He took up this fucking offer that she had. She smiled as she pulled the covers back. They said their good nights, then the light went out. Chapter 5. The buzzer went off and Tom stood from unconsciousness, the headache. He's sitting up, he growled. He need one of those tablets that make the water fuzz. A bottle of whiskey was on his stock, but he didn't want the freaking tail of the dog. That's a whole bunch of hairs, like he's gonna get drunk, then you forget this dog. Forget it or try to get it again, like this is some California hotel type stuff. The song filtered through the blinds was more. He sat there for a while since last night. Was it all just a dream? Was it all just a dream? He didn't remember driving home. He shot a glass at the bar. No longer full, just a couple of drops at the bar. His breath stank like whiskey would, mixed with cigarettes. He didn't remember smoking, yawning. He rubbed his forehead, standing up to get his composure. He wanted to look like a question mark, some more scoliosis, your thought. A clamor in the kitchen, type stuff in the bar fall like a rat was involved. He runs back to his hole before a champ could get it. But what would he even do? One of his teeth were gone. The manila envelope sat on wrinkle, not bearing a drop, not bearing a drop. He blinked repeatedly to remove doubt in this illusion of the mind. Unlatch and fold the metal prongs to open one tight. There were a few papers inside, probably important. He found he could import the knowledge by just reading them out loud. It meant more than just reading them to yourself. Even more if you move your lips a little. The first standard-sized sheet dismissed from the lodge was a school picture, the biggest one that you get a week after picture day is done. He grimaced the thought. There should be a frame on the wall, the loving home, somewhere not a manila envelope. Lisa smiled in a coy way. He put it down. The next page was a standard admittance. Boom to the